Let's take some more problems now. So the next problem states that we have to find the angle of projection at which the range and maximum height of the projectile are equal. Now what exactly this means? Let's say this is the projectile that we are considering this way. So the range, this is the range that we are talking about. This range and this maximum height, h max, both are equal. For this to happen, what should be this angle of projection? That is what they are asking. So we will get the answer with the help of equations. Let's apply both the equations now and let's put in the given condition. The condition says that r equals to h, which means that u square sine 2 theta divided by g. This is the range of the projectile and the maximum height is given as u square sine square theta by 2g. That's how it is given. Now u square and u square obviously cancels out, g and g cancels out. This I am going to write back in the form of sine theta and cos theta. So if you remember the derivation, we had written this part, we had compressed this formula and written it as sine 2 theta. So I will write it back as sine theta, and this can be written as it is, sine square theta divided by 2. Now I can definitely cancel out sine theta, because sine theta can never be 0 over here, because there is some angle of projection. So naturally what remains is I get a condition like 4 cos theta is equal to sine theta, or we can get a condition like tan theta is equal to 4, which means that theta is tan inverse of 4. Now the value of this precisely we can find with the help of trigonometric tables, but for now what this tells us is that if projected at this angle, when tan theta becomes 4, then we can get range equals to the maximum height. So that is the answer of this question. Okay, the next question is, if I want to fire the projectile at maximum range, then at what angle it is to be fired? So let's go back to the range formula and actually see how to do it. So this is what we have. This is the formula for range that we have. R is equal to u square sine 2 theta by g. Now I want to have maximum range. So the only deciding factor over here, if I consider some velocity and if I consider some gravity, both of these are going to remain the fixed. Both of these quantities, parameters are going to remain fixed. However, if you talk about sine 2 theta, that will change. As you vary the angle, you can see that as you vary this angle, the projectile is also going to change. So what matters now is the angle at which we are firing. So to have this maximum over here, the only parameter is this. So this has to be maximum. Now the maximum value of sine theta or sine 2 theta or sine 4 theta, basically maximum value of the function sine x is 1. So the maximum value of this is 1. Now we know that sine theta becomes 1 when theta is 90 degrees. Over here we have sine 2 theta. Now when this will become 1? When 2 theta is 90 degrees. So theta should be 45 degrees. Only then at that point we will have sine 2 theta is 1. So it means that we will get maximum range when theta is 45 degrees. So that is the answer of this question. Now at this point, what will be the maximum height? Let us see. Now h max if we find, so if we actually put this value, the maximum value of range comes out as u square by g. Similarly, we will apply this same concept for the maximum height. So for maximum height h max, we have u square sine square theta by 2g. This is what we have. So at theta equals to 45, what exactly happens? If you apply theta equals to 45 here, we know that sine 45 is 1 by root 2. So sine square 45 is going to be half. Square of this is this. So let's put half over here. If you put half, then u square by 2g is already there. So this will multiply and you'll get u square by 4g. So that is going to be maximum height. But when will this maximum height be achieved? So let's say that this is achieved at 45 degrees. But then how do we maximize this expression? If that is a question to be asked, then obviously we have to make this sine theta 1. So that becomes the next problem, slight variation in the problem. What angle should we fire the projectile so as to achieve maximum height? Earlier it was maximum range, and corresponding to that maximum range, this is the maximum height. So let's say that this was the maximum range that we achieved over here, which was u square by g for that matter. Now what has happened? Corresponding to this maximum range, the height that we achieve over here is u square by 4g. That is the meaning of this, provided we fire this projectile at 45 degrees. So that's first condition. Now what we'll do is, we will actually find a criteria to maximize this height. So earlier the reference was range, now our reference is height. If we want to maximize this quantity, then what is the angle? So let's do this quickly because it won't take much time. So we'll take up that expression. Height of the projectile is u square sine square theta by 2g. That's how it is given. If you want to maximize, again u and g will remain same, that won't change. However, sine theta is the parameter now. So maximum value of sine theta is 1. So sine square theta in that case is also 1. When is this achieved? This is achieved when theta is 90 degrees, which means that if there is a person over here and if we throw the ball straight on top, instead of throwing at an angle like this, what he does is he throws it straight on top. So the entire energy goes over there and we get a maximum height of the projectile. So of course in that case the horizontal range is 0 because the ball goes straight. The ball goes straight up in the air and then comes back. So that is the reason why range is 0. However, it will achieve maximum height. And what is the value of that maximum height? So if this becomes 1, then H max will become u square by 2g when theta is 90 degrees. So when we throw the ball on top, this is a special case of the projectile motion. Let us go to the next variation now, wherein we are firing the projectile at 2 angles. Let's say that we are firing the projectile at some angle theta, and next time we are firing the angle at some angle which is 90 minus theta. So if you add up both of these, theta and 90 minus theta, both of them addition gives us 90. So they are complementary angles. If this is 20, then this is 70. If this is 60, then this is 30. If this is 45, this is 45, and so on. So both are complementary angles. Now let us find range in both the cases, what exactly happens. So let us call this R1 and R2, 2 ranges for that matter. Now a little bit of trigonometry knowledge is also required in this case, which you are going to learn later, and you are going to appreciate more of these expressions only when you learn trigonometry. So range 1 is going to be u square sine 2 theta by g. So that's the basic formula that I have applied. Now range R2, let's see range R2. So in this case what I am going to do is sine square 2 theta. In this case of theta, I am going to replace this by 90 minus theta by g. Now actually we will simplify this expression and see what exactly happens. So u square sine of 180 minus 2 theta by g is what we get. So sine of 180 minus theta, if we do, then according to knowledge of trigonometry, you will learn that sine of 180 minus any angle is nothing but that angle itself. For example, if alpha becomes 120, sine of if this angle, entire angle becomes 120, then I can write this as 180 minus 60. So sine of 180 minus 60 is same as sine of 60. Anyways, this is not the point over here. However, mathematically you should know that sine of 180 minus alpha is sine alpha. If that's the case, then this will be like u square sine of 2 theta by g. This is the range R2 that we are getting. Now if you see R1 and R2, they are the same. There is absolutely no difference between the expression because the range is same, which only means that the range achieved in this case and the range achieved in this case is the same. So R1 achieved at theta is same as R2 achieved at -90 minus theta. So we come to a big conclusion now, which means that if there is some angle, if the two angles are complementary and they are fired at complementary angles, then the range of that projectile remains same. So if one is alpha and the other one is 90 minus alpha, then the range is same.